allergic to your own sweat? Hello and welcome to the channel. Okay, imagine this. You're at the gym, trying to be healthy. You're sweating like a rotisserie chicken in a sauna. And then, boom, your skin is on fire. Not metaphorically, literally. Your body is attacking you for trying to be fit. This isn't a sci-fi episode or a cursed gym class. It's a real medical condition called cholinergic urticaria, also known as being allergic to your own sweat. Yes, this is a real phenomenon. Now, on this channel, I speak of phenomena that are often literally unbelievable, but they happen to be true. I promise you, I am not Pinocchio's sister. I am the truth fairy. This video will be another of those videos where you listen to me droning on about something and you will go, there she goes again, peeing on my leg and telling me it's raining. But I kid you not. Bear with me on this one. It's going to be an interesting, mind-blowing video, even if you are skeptical at first. So, when you think of allergies, you probably think of peanuts, pollen. Yeah, you know, the usual. But guess what? Some people have an allergy so absurd, it sounds like the body was coded by a drunk intern. These poor souls are allergic to sweating, as in exercising, being hot, taking a warm shower, feeling stressed, watching that one scene in The Notebook. Allergic. The medical term for this is cholinergic urticaria, as I mentioned a few seconds ago. But that's way too many syllables for something this cruel. Let's just call it sweat rage. In this video, we're going to break down what this mysterious sweat allergy is, meet real people who have it, explore the why, the how, and the why, God, why? And talk about what can actually help, besides becoming an air-conditioned potato forever. And of course, we're going to laugh, because otherwise we'll cry. And crying leads to sweating, which, yeah, you get it. Let's go. But first, we have a new app. You can connect directly with me and ask away to your heart's content. Take a look at this app, Askadoc for advice. Personalized medical advice at your fingertips. If you have a burning question, you don't want to post it here because it's too emotional or it's too personal. Hey, you can post it to me on the app and I shall do my best to answer it. Here it is.
Ever had a health question you were too worried or too busy to ask in person? Got a health concern but no time for the clinic? Introducing Askadoc for advice, your direct line to real qualified doctors right from your phone. Get expert medical advice, personalized responses, and peace of mind anytime, anywhere. Safe, secure, and easy to use. Download Askadoc for advice today and take control of your health journey. Askadoc for advice. Download now on iOS and Android.
So let's crack on with section 1. Wait, you can be allergic to what? Alright, let's science this sweat monster. Cholinergic urticaria is a type of physical allergy. That's when your body reacts to a physical stimulus. Think of it like your immune system is a toddler having a tantrum over literally nothing. With cholinergic urticaria, the trigger is heat, stress, or exercise, all of which raise your core body temperature and cause you to sweat. But for people with this condition, sweating causes itchy, burning hives. Some people even feel dizzy or get trouble breathing. By the way, it can also be caused by extreme cold, as I'll get to later. Anyway, the best part of this, your own sweat is the enemy. Like your own sweat. Your body is trying to almost contradict itself. Imagine going outside on a hot day and your skin goes, oh, warmth, we ride at dawn, and boom, hives. Some people just get itchy, and those are the lucky ones. Others have full-blown screaming, scathing, please bury me in a freezer attacks, and you never know when it's going to hit. It's like a roulette, but with less vodka and more Benadryl. What's actually happening inside the body with cholinergic urticaria? So here's what we think is going on, because, fun twist, scientists don't even fully agree. When your body heats up, a neurotransmitter called acetylcholine gets released. It helps you sweat. Great, right? Sweating is actually good. Sweating helps you to cool down your body. Except for people with cholinergic urticaria, their immune system treats this like a biological insult. This leads to the release of histamine, a chemical that says, let's make your skin look like it got attacked by bees on Adderall. Now, histamine, as you will know, is of course the hormone that instigates an allergic response. This is why we treat allergies with antihistamines. Basically, your sweat is like that one kid in high school who didn't do anything wrong but somehow still got blamed for everything. There's also a theory that it's not the sweat itself, but something in the sweat that leaks out of your sweat glands and then triggers an immune freakout. Either way, the end result, hives, burning, itching, sometimes even anaphylaxis, a full-blown allergic reaction leading to shock. All this for simply trying to exercise or existing in a warm climate, or, as we should find out soon, even in cold weather. Here we go. Real people, real stories of cholinergic urticaria. Now, to protect the innocent, I have changed the names, of course, but here are a few people who suffer with this medical hustle, as I call it. Number 1 is Hannah, who's 25 and is a college student. Hannah says, I have to plan my day around not sweating. I can't jog, I can't dance, and if I laugh too hard, I break out in hives. One time, I wore a sweater in a heated lecture hall, got up to present, and had a full-blown reaction halfway through my slides. I had to pretend I was allergic to public speaking, which, I mean, is kind of true. Hannah has a sense of humor. Second patient with this is Marcus. He's 32 and he's a gamer and streamer. Marcus says, I thought I was dying the first time. I took a hot shower and felt like ants were biting me all over. It got so bad, I had to sit naked in front of my fridge for 30 minutes. My neighbors still won't make eye contact. Marcus, if you're watching this, respect. Third patient, Aisha, who's 40 and works in human resources. Aisha says, I live in hot country, redacted. I am basically allergic to my entire country. I've switched to cold showers, carry an ice pack in my bra, and gave up cardio. My co-workers think I hate working out. I tell them, no, I just enjoy breathing. You know what? Aisha has the extreme version of cholinergic urticaria, where when she breaks out in hives, she actually finds it difficult to breathe. Not funny. But like most patients with this condition, you just have to develop a sense of humor because it's so bizarre. It's so bizarre to have this condition because any little bit of heat touching your body or being immersed in your body, and you instantly experience hell on earth itself. Do you know who the fourth patient with this condition is? Yours truly. Yes, me. At the risk of oversharing my own personal medical history online, I hereby confess that I too suffer from this rare condition, which is why I take a particular interest in it. As a patient myself, and we are all patients, of course, doctors included, I would qualify as a specialist. If you have no idea what this inside joke refers to, please take a look at this video here and all will be clear. As a high school student myself, I discovered I was good at sport, but only sprints, high intensity and short-lived sports. Not because I could not last a distance with endurance sports. I am actually a natural marathon runner and long-distance cyclist, but because I discovered I would itch all over if I did anything over 10 minutes. This was frustrating for me, of course. In those days, there was no ChatGPT. In my bid to understand my weird body better, I enrolled in medical school, amongst other reasons, of course. My breakthrough came in the second year when, in an immunology and allergology class, the lecturer asked, any of you students experience itchiness when you run in cold weather? I could have hugged the guy. I listened intently as he explained what happens with something called cholinergic urticaria. My sporting life changed after that. I was able to find solutions to my problem, and years later, I can look winter in the face and go, meh. Watch on to find out how one can manage this condition. So, section 4. How do we fix this problem? Great question. The answer? Have you considered becoming a vampire and living in an underground lair forever? Okay, there are treatments, but most of them are about managing the reaction and not curing it. Here's the toolkit. Number 1, antihistamines. Classic, because after all, this is an allergic reaction. As I mentioned, antihistamines treat allergic reactions. Antihistamines can help with cholinergic urticaria, but actually not always. Some variants of it can be very, very treatable with antihistamines, but some patients report that even antihistamines don't help. For some of these patients, just DIY remedies can be of great help. And this is the good news. For once, there is a possibility to treat something without the aid of medicines. The more natural the remedy, naturally, the better. Now, there is a treatment called Xolair. The other name for it is omalizumab. This is a biological injection which is actually originally made for asthma. And what is asthma? It's nothing more than an allergic reaction in the lungs. Turns out it helps some people with this sweat allergy. Excellent news. Another way to tackle this problem is to go for desensitization therapy, which, as you may know, is a recognized therapy for allergic reactions. Basically, you slowly expose yourself to heat or sweat, or in some cases cold, in a controlled way until your immune system chills out. Imagine a sweat boot camp, but instead of abs, you earn slightly less burning. Cold lifestyle. Now, for those who have a true allergy to sweat induced by heat, cold showers, cool rooms are gold. Avoiding heat and stress, which by the way also slightly increases your temperature, like they are your ex at a party. One person literally froze their clothes before wearing them every time they had this allergic reaction. This is no joke. These are the kinds of lengths people would go to combat this problem. Other people swear by meditation, beta blockers, cooling vests, or even ice vests hidden under their clothes like tactical anti-sweat armor. Honestly, I have respect for these people who go to such great lengths to find their own cure, basically, or their own treatment. This is, of course, not a cure. Now, you may be asking yourself, how did I manage my specific cholinergic urticaria? In my case, it's not really that I was allergic to my own sweat all the time. No, it is a specific type of problem in that I was allergic to sweat, but only in cold weather. So if I tried to run in cold weather, I would have hives. Somehow, just sweating because of heat was never my problem. Curiously, I found that moisturizing my skin before a planned run helped immensely, as did wearing tight-fitting clothes as opposed to loose clothes. I quickly learned that it helped to wear cycling gear to run. It helped to also really hydrate my body and to rainproof my skin in case of rain, because somehow cold weather with rain together wasn't the problem for me. It almost seemed like I was also allergic to rain. It was very weird. My symptoms were always worse in spring as well. In other words, in allergy season. But there's no getting around that. For me, antihistamines sometimes helped, but since antihistamines make me sleepy, as they are known for, it's a recognized side effect, I prefer not to take them unless really necessary. As indeed, of course, sleepiness takes away my motivation to do sport in the first place. In summer, in the heat, I can exercise all I want with no problems. But somehow, as soon as the weather turns cooler, turns colder, I then really suffer with cholinergic urticaria. Do you have a similar variation in your own cholinergic urticaria? Let me know in the comments. Here's the weirdest part about cholinergic urticaria. It flips the script on everything we think is healthy. Sweating, usually a sign of good fitness, cooling, detoxing, glowing. But for these folks, including me, it's a full body allergic meltdown. And it reminds us that our bodies are both miraculous and ridiculous. Like, here, have this amazing thermoregulation system, but it might kill you. Good luck. Okay, I'm exaggerating. It doesn't kill this condition. At least I haven't heard of any deaths from this. But it really, really reduces your quality of life, especially if you want to keep fit, you want to be healthy, and you fancy losing a little bit of weight. There is no one size fits all for health. That's why listening to your body, even when it's screaming incoherently, is so important. And if you've made it this far and are now terrified that you too might be allergic to sweat, let me calm you down. If you've ever exercised, gotten warm, and didn't feel like you were on fire, you're probably fine. But if you do feel like ants are tap dancing on your skin every time you climb stairs, maybe you have cholinergic urticaria. You can always have a chat with your own doctor to see if this could be consistent with this condition. To all my sweaty, hivey warriors out there, you are seen, you are valid, and you are absolutely allowed to live your life in an ice bath with antihistamines and immune modulators. If you like this video, give it a sweaty thumbs up. And don't forget to subscribe for more weird medical facts that make you say, what the actual health? Comment below. Have you broken out in hives after exercise? Do you also think the immune system is the world's pettiest drama queen? Thanks for watching. Stay cool, literally. And by all means, ask anything you like. The weird, the bizarre, the unbelievable, all are welcome here. Askadoc.